Hi guys, welcome back to the Trigonometry 1 playlist. We are on lesson 3 and we are going to find out how you work out an unknown side. So let's get started. Okay, so in the last lesson we learned about SOHCAHTOA. So if you haven't watched lesson 1 and 2, please watch them now. So I'm first of all going to label the sides. So across from the right angle is called your hypotenuse, so height for short. This is the angle in question here, is 41 degrees. So opposite that angle is going to be called the opposite side, so up, and the last side is called adjacent. Okay. I am then going to use my SOHCAHTOA to help me. Now I'm going to look at my triangle and look at what I already have. Now I know the hypotenuse is 8 centimeters. So in my SOHCAHTOA, I am going to tick the H's because I already know what it is. What do I want to work out? I want to work out this x here. And that x is the opposite side. So I need that in my equation. So I'm going to tick the opposite as well. Now, if you kind of think of these as split into 3, this is the sin, the cos, and the tan. Which one has got 2 ticks on it? Well, which one's got 2 pieces of information that will let me work out that third, that side that's missing, that third piece of information? So this one here has got 2 ticks, so I'm going to use that. And remember in my last video I told you what that meant. So that S stands for sin of the angle. So in this case it's sin 41 equals, this is always the way you lay it out. The next letter stands for O, which is opposite, or up, divided by next letter is hypotenuse or height. I am then going to substitute my numbers in. Sin 41 stays there. My opposite will replace with an x, and the hypotenuse I know is 8 centimeters, so we'll replace that with 8. Now at this point from your algebra, so I'm looking at this point here, the x is being divided by 8. How do you undo divide by 8? You're going to multiply in order to undo divide by 8. So that 8 comes up and multiplies on the other side, so it becomes 8 sin 41 equals x. And now at this point you can reach for the calculator and you're going to use those buttons that we learned in lesson 1, and you're literally going to type in 8 sin 41. And you should get an answer of 5.2484. A few more numbers after there, and I'll round to 1 decimal place. It's going to be 5.2. It's a side, so it's going to be in centimeters. Okay, I am going to pause that now, and please do the one on the right hand side. Your turn. Okay, and then we're going to move on. Okay, next question, guys. So again, very similar. You've been given an angle, you have been given one side, and you have a side you need to work out. First thing we need to do is label our side. So across from the right angle is called our hypotenuse. Across from the angle in question, the angle being given is called the opposite. And the last one is called the adjacent. Next thing you do is you use your SOHCAHTOA. And you're going to tick off what you know and what you want to work out. So you know the hypotenuse. You know the hypotenuse is 9. You tick off these H's. And you want to work out this x here, which is the adjacent. So I need that to appear. So I'm going to tick off the A's. Remember this splits into something involving the sine, the sin, the cos, and the tan. And you'd ask yourself which one has 2 ticks. And this one has 2 ticks. So this is the one I'm going to use. Okay. So the C stands for cos of the angle. So cos, the angle in this case is 47 equals. A stands for adjacent, so I'm just going to shorten it to add. It's always divided by the last one there is a hypotenuse. Okay, now you're going to substitute in your numbers. So your adjacent is what you want to work out, which is x. So it's going to be x, all divided by the hypotenuse, which we know is 9. All divided by 9. And again, similar to the last question, x divided by 9, how to undo that? I'm going to multiply through by 9. So the next line becomes 9 cos 47 equals x, and that lets you work out the value of x. We would type this into a calculator now, and you get an answer of 6.13798, and that would round to 1 decimal place to 6.1 centimeters. Okay, once again, pause the video now and try the one on the right hand side. Do it properly, lay out all your working. Thank you, let's move on. Okay, next one. So again, label your sides first. Across from the right angle, hypotenuse, opposite of the angle you've been given, your opposite, and your last side is your adjacent. I'm going to write my SOHCAHTOA. Okay. I am going to tick off the opposite because I know the length of that side. So the O's up here, I'm going to tick off them. And I'm also going to tick off the adjacent. Why? Because that's the one I want to work out. Then it is, and tick them off. I separate them into sin, cos, and tan. Which one has got 2 ticks? It's this one here, the tan. So this is the one you're going to use, and this just helps you with what you're writing next. So T stands for tan of the angle, so it's going to be tan 39, that's my angle there, 39 equals. O stands for op, the opposite, and A stands for adjacent. And again, these are always divided, opposite divided by adjacent. We substitute in your numbers now. Your opposite is 9.7, and your adjacent is your x. Okay, so be very careful. Always check what your opposite and your adjacent are, because sometimes the unknown is on the bottom, and it is in this case. So what are we going to do now to solve this? So that x is on the bottom, so it's dividing into 9.7. So I really want to multiply through by x to get rid of that. So we multiply the x up here and multiply it by the tan 37. X is still not on its own. I want it all by itself to work out what that x is. X is now multiplying by this tan 39. So to undo multiply by tan 39, you're going to have to divide by tan 39. So it becomes x equals 9.7, all divided by tan 39. Okay. Once you've got to that stage, and only once you've got to that stage, you can reach for your calculator. So the answer is 11 point. I'm just going to go up here from the middle room. Sorry guys, so it's going to be 11.9785. Now we've rounded to 1 decimal place. Remember what happens, you round to 1 decimal place. That's 1 decimal place there. This is my decider. If it's over 5, or 5 or more, including 5, sorry, 5 or more, you round up. It is over 5, so we round up. But that number there is 9, so I can't round up anymore. So the answer becomes 12.0. And again, it's going to be centimeters. Please pause your work. Pause the video, sorry, now, and so you've got an example on the left hand side, and try the one on the right hand side. Okay, we'll move on now. Okay, so just to exit this lesson. This is your question. I want you to try and calculate the length of AD. Okay, good luck. No clues. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye now.